Have you ever been in the middle of a heated argument? You feel a fire in your chest. You are ready to defend yourself. You are not sad. You are absolutely furious. You know you are right and you are ready to make your point. But then, suddenly, your vision gets blurry. You feel that terrible lump in your throat. Your voice starts to crack, and against your will, tears start rolling down your face. It feels like a betrayal. The person you are arguing with looks at you and thinks you are sad, or worse, they think you are weak. You feel humiliated. You wanted to look strong and powerful, but instead you look like a child having a tantrum. If you know this feeling, you are not alone. This is called an angry cry, and today I am going to tell you something that might change how you see yourself forever. You are not crying because you are weak. You are not crying because you are broken. You are crying because your brain is overheating. To understand why this happens, we need to stop thinking about psychology for a minute and think about biology. Imagine a marathon runner. When they are sprinting at full speed, their muscles are working incredibly hard. Their body temperature spikes. If they get too hot, their system will shut down. So what does the body do? It sweats. It releases water to cool down the skin and regulate the temperature. When you see a runner sweating, you don't think, wow, they are so weak. You think, they are working hard. Well, angry crying is just emotional sweating. When you are in a high-stakes argument, your nervous system is sprinting. You care deeply about the topic. You are frustrated. You are passionate. Your internal engine is running at 150% capacity. Your brain realizes that your emotional temperature is getting too high. It thinks you are about to overheat, so it triggers a cooling mechanism to calm you down. The side effect of that cooling process is tears. So the next time this happens, reframe the shame. Tell yourself, I am not breaking down, I am just sweating. My engine is powerful and it needs to cool off. But there's another layer to this. Your body isn't just trying to cool you down, it is trying to save your life. You see, the human brain has evolved over thousands of years, but parts of it are still very old-fashioned. We can call this part of your brain your ancient bodyguard. This bodyguard loves you, but it is not very smart. It cannot tell the difference between an argument with your boss and a fight with a saber-toothed tiger. It treats every conflict like a life or death situation. When an argument gets too intense, your bodyguard gets scared for you. It thinks this is getting dangerous. If we keep fighting, we might get hurt. So it steps in to stop the fight. How does it do that? By making you cry. Biologically, tears are a signal of submission. In the animal kingdom, showing vulnerability is a way to say, I am not a threat, please stop attacking. Recent studies have even shown that human tears contain a chemical signal. When other people smell or see tears, their aggression levels actually drop. Your body is using tears as a shield. It is trying to force the other person to calm down so you don't get hurt. It is annoying, yes, but it is your body trying to protect you. Now that we know why it happens, let's talk about the battle happening inside your head. Your brain has two main commanders. One is the feeling brain, which handles all your emotions. The other is the thinking brain, or the logic brain, which handles math, speech, and reasoning. Think of them like a seesaw. They cannot both be up at the same time. When your feeling brain goes way up, like when you are furious, your thinking brain crashes down. This is why when you start crying, you can't remember your good arguments. You stutter. You forget what you were going to say. It's because the logical part of your brain has literally been turned off by the emotional flood. If you want to stop the tears, you have to force the seesaw to move. You have to force the logic brain to wake up, which will automatically lower the feeling brain. So, how do we do that? Here are 3 invisible tricks you can use in the middle of a fight to stop the tears before they fall. Trick number 1, the look up hack. The moment you feel that stinging sensation in your eyes, tilt your chin up and look at the ceiling or the top of a wall. This does 2 things. Physically, it makes it harder for tears to flow, but biologically, looking up signals your brain to process visual information. It shifts your brain from feeling mode to seeing mode. Trick number 2, the math hack. This is the best way to fix the seesaw. You need to force your logic brain to turn on. To do this, do a difficult math problem in your head. Don't do 2 plus 2, that is too easy. Try to count backward from 100 by 7. So 100, 93, 86. It is almost impossible to stay furiously emotional while doing complex subtraction. The blood flow literally has to move to the logic center of your brain, drying up the tears. Trick number 3, the water break. If your voice is cracking and you can't speak, grab a glass of water. Taking a sip is a hard reset for your body. The act of swallowing forces your throat muscles to relax. It stops that spasming feeling in your throat instantly. It buys you 10 seconds to breathe and reset. Finally, if the tears do fall, there is one rule you must follow. Do not apologize. Do not say, "I'm sorry, I'm such a mess." That signals weakness. Instead, tell them the truth. Say, "I am crying because I am frustrated, not because I am sad. Please ignore it. I want to finish this conversation." That is a power move. It tells them that even though your body is reacting, you are still in charge. Remember, your tears are not a weakness. They are proof that you care deeply. You are just a high-performance engine that sometimes runs a little hot. Thanks for watching. If you want to understand more about your own mind, make sure to subscribe.